Welcome back, everyone. In today's video, I decided to give myself a little bit of a challenge and to play for 100 days using one particular mod that's going to make the game a little bit more difficult. And what that mod does is add mutant variations for the zombie, skeletons, creepers, and endermen, which makes fighting those mobs much more difficult. But I didn't stop there. I added a mod called the End Remastered, and what that does is add 16 unique ender eyes that you need to collect from various structures throughout the world to be able to activate the end portal. So the plan is to first find a base, get geared up, and then head out and explore the world while fighting off these mutant monsters. This is going to get interesting. In this world, I've spawned next to this mountain, which has a bunch of iron ore and coal ore, and I think that before we leave it, we should get as much collected as we can. So let's get some wood first, a crafting table, and some pickaxes so that we can mine out the ores. While I do a quick montage of me collecting up the iron and coal, I did want to mention how I will be keeping track of the number of days spent in this world, and I will be showing occasionally the F3 screen, which will show the exact day that I am on. But now let's see how much I was able to collect. I spent a total of 4 days mining coal and iron, and I would say it was a huge success. I have almost 5 stacks of coal and almost 5 stacks of iron, and that should be good for getting started. But now, as you can see, we are on day 4, and I think we need to head off of this mountain and try to find a place that we can set up for our base. Just off in the distance is a village, and I think that's a good place to start. This village seems pretty useful, and I've gone through and put some of the villagers in their houses so that they can stay nice and safe, because they are going to be important for something that I want to do later. The downside to this village is that it's in a savanna biome, which is not one of the nicer places to build in. But fortunately, a short way away from the village is a biome that is not a savanna biome, and I think this is where we can build our main base. But before I can begin building, I need to get a few things together, like smelting up the iron, crafting up some food, and getting some iron gear put together. And now that I'm all geared up, I need to go find some building materials. Some spruce trees will be nice. I'll need to get some stone, and maybe get some oak trees too. It is now day 9. And we are ready to get started with building up this base. And what I want to do is build a villager breeder, because we are going to need a lot of different villagers that we could trade with to get the gear and enchantments that we need. But that is going to take a lot of work and be very grindy. So I think the best way to get through it will be with a time lapse. Let's get started. Well, that took a lot longer than expected. We are now on day 63, but I am now fully geared up with the best armor that I could get. We've got all of these enchantments on it. I've got some good swords that I'll be able to use and a bow. So we're now ready to go search for the ender eyes and hunt some monsters. There are 16 different types of eyes that are scattered throughout the world in different structures that we can find. But we only need 12 of them to be able to access the end. We are going to start by collecting the ones in the overworld, and after that, we will go to the nether and collect the ones that we can find there. We may also end up traveling at night, which will mean coming across different mutant monsters, and that's going to add a little bit of danger to this process. Let's get started with exploring this world. It took some time and a lot of exploring to be able to get all of the Ender Eyes that we will need to be able to unlock the end portal, but we have finally returned to our base and it is now day 93, which should leave us just enough time to go to the end and defeat the Ender Dragon. In preparation for it, I've crafted up this Ender chest and put all of the eyes plus some potions and totems of undying that'll let us go to the end and defeat the dragon pretty easily. Plus I crafted up some rockets just in case there's enough time to go get an elytra. So let's see if we can find a stronghold. And we want to go that direction. I think I found where the stronghold is, so I'm digging down to hopefully be able to find it. We've made it into the stronghold. Let's see if we can find the end portal. I've found the end portal room, so now it's just a matter of getting the portal activated. Let's get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we are. We've activated the portal. Let's go fight a dragon. We've defeated the Ender Dragon, and we can now collect all of this XP, which will give us plenty of levels, and that wasn't too bad. Let's take a look. We have day 95, so I think there's plenty of time to go out and try to get an elytra before we finish up. Let's hope we end up on a good island. This is not looking good. We got a long ways to go. I've returned back to the main island because I think what we need to do is go get a bunch of blocks. That way we can bridge out to an island and go from there. I've returned back and I now have enough blocks to bridge out. I think we're going to go this direction. Because if we go that way, we're just going sideways. We want to head in. Well, now that is a good sign. We don't have too much further to go. All right, let's get the elytra. Come on, we can do it. There we are. We've got it. Let's see what we got in here. Nothing. Ooh, got some pants in there. All right. That's not what we're here for. We are here for the elytra. Let's get that added on. Let's get our rockets. And we are ready to go. So much faster than bridging out from these islands. Of course, the exploration part is all done now that we can fly everywhere. I think the last thing that we need to do is get an unbreaking book, a mending book, and add them to the elytra. And now we can really fly around. After all of the walking that I've done, it's much nicer to be able to fly around and see this world from above. I've always liked the way that these mountains look with shaders on when it's raining. It just adds a lot of atmosphere to the game. And this world is one that has a ton of mountains around where you spawn into it. I've included in the description down below the world seed, so if you want to check it out, definitely do so. Also in the description down below is a link to the tutorial by Logical Geek Boy on how to build this villager breeder. It's definitely very easy to do, and I would recommend taking a look at it. Playing with the Mutant Monster mod as well as the End Remastered mod has been a lot of fun in this world. It adds a nice little challenge to the game and makes it just a little bit different from the usual vanilla experience. But with the sun rising on day 100, I think that is where we are going to leave it. If you enjoyed today's video, please leave a like. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And until next time, see you later.